Black Ops 3. Hop on Black Ops 3. Play some Black Ops 3. Ba-da-da-da. Man, that Black Ops 3 was legendary, bro. Especially back in 2016, 2017 when everybody was playing this. Keep in mind, Call of Duty games never go on for more than a year. But Black Ops 3 technically had 3 years of support ending off before Black Ops 4 came out. You know, they had them DLC maps that if you pre-ordered the game, you got them for free. Black Ops 3 it's a once-in-a-lifetime game. The newer Call of Duty games, the quality scale is so bad that folks would just be happy if it's a okay Call of Duty game. In reality, the game should be a good game. You know, Black Ops 3, you didn't have to play Black Ops 1 and 2 to find it a fun game. You didn't even have to play like shooters to really like it. It's just a good game. The multiplayer, the zombies. And Black Ops 3 was probably the last Call of Duty in the Black Ops franchise, which did feel like it was connected. Although the campaign completely diverged off the Black Ops 2 storyline, Black Ops 3 definitely, by all means, was connected to the Black Ops verse, even to the, you know, the artistic style, to the guns that will be evolving. Man, I remember when Black Ops 1, they would have the weapons in Black Ops 2, but they'd be futuristic, and then Black Ops 3 would make it more futuristic. They stopped doing that mess and everything feels so lazy and dead. But man, Black Ops 3, like, you could tell this was a Black Ops game. Even though it had the exosuits, even though it had the specialists, everything in this game was well made. It was well made, even though it had the supply drops and, you know, the specialists were kind of OP and you had them tryhards with the breaky and the jitter mob. Bro, that jitter mob was something, bro. They were punishing with that Black Ops 3 Cronus Max. Man, back before they hit the Zen, you hit the Max, but them fools used to have the jitter mod with the Max, bro. But the multiplayer was 10 out of 10. Most of the maps and the multiplayer were good for the most part. You even had like some like hidden bangers out there. Evac. You have some legendary maps which are better than Nuketown, like Combine, Fringe. You had some really good maps. Of course, you had some L maps like, you know, Metro. Ain't nobody trying to play no Metro, bro. Ain't nobody trying to play Havoc, bro. But for the most part, every map in Black Ops 3 was solid, bro. And even the DLCs, you had DLCs like Splash, Skyjack, Micro, especially the food map. It was a lot of creativity done with these DLC packs that did make it worth the money. And especially back then, there was a lot of people playing Black Ops 3 to the point where you could find a full lobby on the DLC maps. It wasn't rare to find them. You know, I remember playing Outlaw back to back. I remember playing, you know, Micro back to back. I remember playing Skyjack back to back. Splash was probably one of the best maps in the DLCs. It was so colorful, so vibrant. That's another thing with Black Ops 3. The graphics, man, it's so vibrant. It's so colorful. This game is, the artistic style that this game has is 10 out of 10. You know, the newer Call of Duty games, everything looks bland, looks washed out. You can barely see where the enemies are. In Black Ops 3, you can see everything clearly. Even if you don't have the best monitor or the best TV, the game is designed to be clear. You know, it looks good. And the game could still look like it come out today, bro, realistically. And then the zombies, bro. The zombies was legendary, bro. You had maps like Shadows of Evil, Der Eisendrache, you know, Grog Krovi's, Echibo no Shima, you know, Revelations, the Giant, bro. It was so much. And then you had the Zombie Chronicles maps, which, man, that was like unbelievable, bro. Like, the fact that they had added all the old maps from Black Ops 1 and 2 for the most part is surreal to think about. Man, if they had Mob of the Dead and Buried on here, bro, Black Ops 3 would be unmovable on console, bro. I'm telling you, probably the biggest miss that they had on Zombie Chronicles, not adding Buried and not adding Mob of the Dead. Cause Blood of the Dead was trash in Black Ops 4, bro. Black Ops 4 Zombies is trash, bro. It is horrible. Everything about it is bad for the most part. Black Ops 3, even though it had new features like Gobblegums, which did kind of break the sandbox of zombies, it was completely optional. The game was still designed around the classic system, you know, get points, you know, the zombies, you know, training. There was nothing that made the Gobblegums technically pay to win unless you were a speedrunner or a high round person. This was the first Call of Duty Zombies game to also implement weapon kits. You could modify your weapons. You could put, you know, fast mags. You could put rapid fire. You could put a sight on the weapon. Probably the most expansive Call of Duty Zombies sandbox that they've ever made. It gave so much freedom to the player. You changed the camo on the weapon. You could even put a camo on the Bowie knife. It was a lot of freedom that was unbelievable at the time, especially back then. The maps in Black Ops 3 Zombies are unreal. Every map had its own feel to it. Shadows of Evil definitely had that noir type of, 50s look to it. That characters, the storyline definitely like reminded me of Mob of the Dead. Every time I go in Shadows of Evil, I can feel the map. Their Eisendrach has a completely different feel. You're in a castle, you're in like some other, unworldly type of place with, the Panzer and stuff. And although it's like Origins, it does not have the same feel to it, which makes it all the more better. The Giant, even a small remaster like that is well done. The lighting, the gameplay, bro. Like I remember playing the Giant back to back on public servers, bro. Everybody on the catwalk. That was a lot of fun, bro. Even Garage Crovey, Zetsubo no Shima. I never really played these two that much, but I played more Garage Crovey, because they had the PPSH. These two are still solid maps. I didn't really like Zetsubo no much, you know what I'm saying? But it's still a good map. And even though Revelations was very controversial at the time, and it still was in my opinion, lackluster finale for the Black Ops 3, series of zombies, it's still a good map. It's still a good map. Whether it's too easy, whether folks want to debate it's too easy, I can understand that. It was a lot they could have done with this map to make it really insane, but I feel like they could have done more with here. Revelation's still solid, and then Chronicles coming out. You had Kino, Origins, Shangri-La, Shino Numa, Moon, Ascension, Varuk, Nocturne, Totem, with the new systems, with the new gobble gums, you know what I'm saying, weapon kits. Bro, that Zombies Chronicles was unreal when it came out, bro. I couldn't even believe at the time. You could play Moon, bro, in Black Ops 3. Like it didn't even look real, bro. I swear it didn't even look real when I first saw the trailer, bro. And keep in mind, this came out in like 2017. That was unheard of at that time. Call of Duty games would stop the DLC after, the 4-pack. What a time to be alive, bro. Real